All reactions in this program are improvised and have not been rehearsed. Portions of said reactions not affecting the outcome have been edited and/or recreated.
Welcome to Season 2 of
What's on this tape?
For the past year, I've been finding some really interesting stuff, both on VHS and Betamax.
Awesome!
And now that I've got more room in my storage unit, I can fill it with more.
Wait, what?
That's right. I recently found a large cache of even more unlabeled mystery tapes to go through.
Sweet!
There could literally be anything on these. So it's time once again to find out
What's on this tape? 36.
Always give your best. Never get discouraged. Never be petty. Always remember, others may hate you. Those who hate you don't win unless you hate them. And then you destroy yourself.
Words to live by in this day and age. Watergate with Mike Wallace. The Secret Story. This ought to be juicy.
And this country's lived through. What was the most expensive movie ever made?
Minecraft.
Terminator 2, you're right. Quick New England towns, the setting for Murder, She Wrote.
Go Hog.
The code to right again. On what two planets does Total Recall take place?
Uranus and
With the most watched television program in history.
Tiger King.
The final episode of MASH. You're ready to play the ultimate movie TV trivia game.
No, I'm not.
Bob Doran for the Hollywood Game. Friday on CBS Primetime.
Okay, so that Watergate documentary was mostly complete, but it's missing like the last few seconds or something. But now we're on KTEH 54, and it looks like Nova is up next. But yeah, Private Buckaroo, that's probably a little more interesting to me.
So that's tonight's hair-raising lineup. Let's get started with Nova and Sex, Lies, and Toupee Tape as we begin Thursday.
Wonder what that's about. Whoa, hey Butthead, this is like what they showed us in sex ed class.
Then I found out about the new miracle.
Ooh, they got a Simpsons clip here. That's pretty good. That was a pretty good episode.
Not exactly.
Oh,
Minoxidil had actually been around for a while. Derived from a compound found in the urine of laboratory rats.
and that's how you know that this episode of Nova is complete. Is this still PBS? Let me check. I don't think so. It looks like this has regular commercials.
You're more concerned about what you put in your car than what you put in your body. There's sugar.
I know what I'd like to put in her body. Okay, so it's 2020 with Baba Wawa.
June 25th, 1992.
Oh, great. Thanks for giving us the air date. An interview with Eddie Murphy. I'll have to check that out later. All right, so that was a complete hour of Primetime Live on ABC, and now it looks like we're on something else. So this is a program about child molestation. I don't want to make any jokes about that. Oh, it's 48 hours. And it's got commercials like Crash Test Dummies, Jaclyn Smith, Kmart, Western Union. And it's mostly complete. Only the first 13 minutes or so are recorded over. And now we're on a different PBS station, which I haven't seen a whole lot of. But it's called Seniors Speak Out? Wonder what it is.
I feel as if I have a liberal education with a major in animal behavior.
Oh, you and your entitlements. Your literal entitlements. Okay, so Peter Jennings reporting. Who's that? Oh, yeah, good question. Who is Ross Perot? Yeah, this should be interesting. So yeah, there was some pretty interesting stuff on that tape. Stuff about Watergate, toupees, breast cancer treatment, interview with Eddie Murphy, 48 Hours, Seniors Speak Out, and some of Ross Perot interview with Peter Jennings. But on to the next one.
37.
So we got an old movie with Patricia Neal, Diplomatic Courier. Don't think I've heard of that one. Helene Stanley. Yeah, I found out that she did some modeling for Disney in the 50s. For your favorite 50s and 60s oldies from Coffee 1050 AM, push the SAP/MTS button on your stereo TV. Interesting. So you could, like, listen to the radio while this movie played. I guess that was a thing back then. Oh, hello, Cooper. Are there 101 more of you in your family? Okay, so I see this is part of the TV20 Sunday Night Fantastic Features.
And there's Serling, who lives in Campbell. He's proud to be an American dog.
Ooh, so this looks like a combination of Bob Kurtz and R.O. Bleckman. If anyone knows who did it, leave it in the comments. All right, so after Diplomatic Courier, we've got Movie Tone News, produced by Edmund Reek. I wonder if he lives up to his name. Oh, there's Moose, who lives in Fairfield. Geez, this house must have, like, a lot of dogs. And there's the logo for ITC, who once distributed The Muppet Show. But now it's interrupted by the ABC Sunday Night Movie. Let's see which one it is. Oh! It's like Indiana Jones. Temple of Doom. I was right. Let's see if it's complete. Those Duracell commercials really take me back.
This is a story about me and my friends.
Oh, nice. Disability representation, as practiced by McDonald's. Randy Quaid. I wonder what... Oh, there's Jonathan Winters. I haven't seen that show before, but I have seen this show. Dinosaurs. That was a great reason to tune into ABC. March 17th, 91. Is that when this was taped? It says ABC Sunday Night Movie, so I'll have to see if March 17th was a Sunday. Yay, another MetLife commercial from Melendez. March 25th, so this is from March of 91. Oh, kitty, kitty, kitty!
Baking soda right inside. New Tidy Cat 3 still fights odor 3 ways, but now it's even better.
Warning, not to be ingested by cats. And there's those classic Hershey's Kiss commercials. I'm thinking those were done by Colossal Pictures. Alright, so thank goodness Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom is complete for 2.5 hours, all with commercials. Okay, and after Indiana Jones, we've got something different. It looks like a show on PBS with very amusing animated titles. I'd like to know who did these. Possibly somebody in the UK. It's like a postcard there. It's called Travels. Yeah, because what better way to travel than an Alexis? So this is called Journey to a Lost Japan. Yeah, I wonder if that's anywhere near where my parents went recently. Yeah, either way, it's complete, and it looks like the title animation is done by Frank Terry. And, let's see if there's anything after this. Nope. Looks like it's just blank space for the rest of the tape. Yeah, let's go on to the next one. Okay, this is super washed out because of the antenna. But this seems like kind of 70s indie feature. Directed by John Hoff. Too bad it's not John Hughes. Anyway, I'm gonna have to find out what this is later.
That's a very good question. Very good.
I almost thought that was Jack Albertson, Grandpa Joe. So it's a Saturday afternoon movie, that much I can make out from the bad reception. So that movie had Lionel Jeffries. That name sounds kind of familiar. Peter Bowles. Anyway, so that movie is more or less complete except for the title. I'd have to find out what title it is later on. All right. There were so many commercials like this, so many rap commercials about, drunk driving or drugs, PSAs. But yeah, this must be worth keeping.
I'm gonna yank your driver's license. Channel 11 presents Hollywood Behind
Channel 11, probably KNTV.
a major motion picture.
Okay, I guess we gotta fill the 2 hours with something, so I guess this is it.
Playing veterans Jane Fonda and Gregory Peck.
Peck.
Old Gringo.
Old Gringo, huh?
Could be a long
Don't think I've heard of that one. Oh, cool. A making of. HBO used to have these a lot. Maury. Remember when he was like everywhere on daytime TV? KNTV. I was right. That's where I used to watch the Bugs and Tweety show. Okay, so there's only like 2 hours on this tape. It's pretty short. But that means we can go on to the next one. Alright, more Geraldo.
And Baby, who, as I mentioned, were on the streets just a couple of hours ago.
Oh, wow. He pulled them off the streets? That's pretty serious.
The New York City Rehab Center just 5 days ago.
Yeah, heavy stuff.
I'm feeling good.
You okay?
Yeah.
Women in heroin. Did their man make them do it? Yeah, we could use a show like this today because of the fentanyl problem. Ah, cool. A Raid commercial.
Right, you eat for your lunch, killer. Bingo! You got your fleas, you grab your flea killer.
I wonder if that's Charlie Adler doing the voice.
Know what you're gonna get?
Introducing Raid Multi.
I'm thinking that's probably Bob Kurtz doing the animation. I mean, he was doing a lot of commercials, back then. Okay, so that Geraldo episode is from 1991.
Coming up next, why they're testing the drinking water of the president, his wife, and even their dog.
Uh-oh. Somebody spiked the drinking water over there.
Racism.
Meet the whole Cheetos on family.
Wow, wish I knew who did the animation for that. Probably somebody in the U.S. Because it doesn't look quite like Aardman.
Real popcorn, real cheese.
Okay, but now we're on a completely different program. Let's see what this is. 48 hours.
I'm Paula Zahn.
And I'm Harry Smith. They brought you the Flintstones and the Jetsons.
See how cartoon magic is made at the Hanna-Barbera Studios tomorrow on
Behind the scenes at an animation sweatshop. So the episode is called Bad Fellas. And up next, we've got another edition of Geraldo, Psychic Detectives. That's a popular subject back in the early 90s, I guess. Yeah, you're damn right it is.
It took 2 months for word that the Civil War was over to reach Texas. And so it was on June 19, 1865 that slaves were freed in the Lone Star State. As Texans have migrated across the country, June 19th has become a holiday celebrated in African American communities throughout the United States.
I never heard about Juneteenth when I was growing up in, Watsonville. At least they didn't teach about it in elementary school. I didn't learn about it till, just a few years ago. So anyway, that tape is about 3 hours long, and it's got 2 Geraldos and 1 48 hours with only a few bits cut off, but still some pretty cool commercials in there, I guess. Anyway, let's go on to the next tape.
40!
Oh my God, don't stop now!
Yeah, this looks like a pretty cool montage. Wonder what channel it is. Cinemax? Ooh! PBS, KQED. That's cool. And these are some cool animated opening titles. I'm just gonna sit back and watch these and see what show this is. I think this looks like it might have been done by Colossal Pictures, who also did Liquid Television. It's called The Great Depression. A Job at Ford's. Who else? And about an hour later, we've got another episode. This is called The Road to Rock Bottom. Ooh, Rockefeller. I wonder if that's any connection to you-know-who. Yeah, what better way to illustrate the Depression than with Fleischer cartoons? I mean, they epitomized it, pretty much. And there's the beginning of another one.
Reminders of the Great Depression were everywhere. For more than 3 years, it had devastated the American economy.
Yeah, I wish there were more cartoon clips to, illustrate this.
Even cartoons began to reflect a new optimism.
Oh, really? They sure are. Alright, so this is the 3rd installment, and it's called New Deal, New York. Let's see if it's complete. Oh God, what's the point? If the Great Depression will continue. Alright, episode 4, We Have a Plan. I'm not sure I like the sound of that.
We were not ready to go back to Barnard.
Alright, and that is a Bosco cartoon from MGM. And this episode is also complete. Thank goodness. And now we're on to part 5, which is called Mean Things Happening. Now we're on part 6, and it's called To Be Somebody. Wonder if it's the last one. Concludes tomorrow at 9 p.m. I guess it's the second to last one. Either way, there's probably not much room left for it on this tape, so it's probably going to be over soon. Ugh, Bitterman. Didn't she try to buy the Muppet Theater? Alright, so that concludes tape number 40, and we are 40 down with 100 to go. Whoop, what's this? A little bit left. I don't know what it is.
It shall still be the means of discovering for me where they have hidden the
I think it looks like a Fu Manchu or something.
And for that purpose,
Okay, that's really the end of the tape. 40 down, 100 to go. What am I going to find on the next 100 tapes? There's only one way to find out, and that's to tune in next week. Until then,
Adios, muchachos!
Stay tuned for the next episode of What's on This Tape, where even more hidden content will be revealed.